you ready to kickstart your week with some dirt-slinging and tire-slaying action motorsports radio that packs the biggest gas?
Hi, Ken Block here.
Hey, my name's Jolene Van View.
What's up, Brian Deegan?
Vaughn Ginn Jr. here.
They've been thrown into one show that has broken down the barriers of what a motorsports radio show should be. This is the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor, with support from General Tire, KMC Wheels, Dirtfish, Gibson Exhaust, and MTX Audio, with your host, who also happens to spend his weekends flying 800 horsepower trucks through the dirt, Jim Beaver.
When was the last time you saw an off-road or rally driver begging to get behind the wheel of a NASCAR IndyCar? Yep, not happening, but you sure see these pavement racers begging to drive our cars.
And his partner in crime every week, a self-proclaimed Canadian moto chick who was jumping triples and taking podiums before most guys even learned to ride. Amy Houde.
No one knows how to say my last name. Like, is it really that hard? Amy Houde, like I'm from the hood. Don't get it twisted.
Sit back, strap in, and be prepared to join us as we take you through a motorsports ride like no other. Here is the man who carries a steering wheel in one hand and a mic in the other, Jim Beaver.
Good morning and welcome to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver with my favorite partner in crime, Amy Houde. My only partner in crime, my favorite, I guess.
I was going to say, you have another partner in crime.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not cheating on you, Houde.
Throw some fists.
Yeah, I'm not cheating on you, I promise. But
okay.
No, we've got a super special show today. You and I have been teasing this for like 6 months, and I got so excited I almost dropped some 4-letter words here. Can't do it on this show, only on the other one. But, man, Amy Houde, hour number 2, 1 hour from right now, we are going to be dropping some blockbuster news, and I am super pumped about it. That's about all we can say. We're going to be teasing it all hour long, but I don't know. You got to be pretty excited to get this out in the open finally.
I'm really excited. You know, it's been a long time coming, and I've worked my entire life to get to exactly where I am today. So I'm really excited for this next chapter, and now I can let everybody know that I've not retired from motorsports. Everyone's thinking I'm getting to be an old lady and retiring because I'm not posting pictures. So don't worry, it's coming. And hour number 2.
Yep, hour number 2, and we've got some call-ins from SEMA today. Joe Duncan, Jen Hellstrom, Zach with Driven. It's going to be a good show, kind of SEMA-themed. I don't know. We're going to be all over the grid today, so hang tight. We got a good one coming at you here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderson, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When R.J. Anderson wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning Razor XP1000. R.J. is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris Razors to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris Razors RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderson and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris Razor vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. It's not a sibling rivalry. It's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. All-weather motorsports audio products like sound bars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle. Need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones? MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at mtx.com. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Houde here, and man, time's a ticking. I'm just watching. We're like 55 minutes from this announcement, so we're gonna have like the whole full.
You're watching the clock. This has been like Christmas time, but 3 months after Christmas, and the Christmas presents are still wrapped up under their tree, and you're not allowed to even look at them. Never mind open them. It's been a long time coming, man. I can't wait.
Well, how do you think I feel? Like I've been along literally from I would say day one. Literally, I think I was there, and we'll get into this. Back in March. So I was probably the first person that even knew this was happening. And I consider us best friends, and it's like I've been on this journey with you, and it's like, man, I want to tell people I'm proud of you. So it's
Aww. It's going to be cool. We get to reminisce a lot, and we'll, I'm kind of excited to talk about the process because, yes, you have been along every step of the way with me because I think I might have gotten a call when we were down. Actually, we set this up together. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I can't wait to get into the whole story of this. It'll be really good. Yeah. But we can't let the cat out of the bag yet. No. Pull back a little. Yeah. Pull back. I'm going to get too excited and spill the beans.
All right. We're 53 minutes away, all right? We're getting close.
Okay.
I do have to say, though, this past weekend, it's something you have wanted to do. You haven't been out there yet, but I was out at Camp Razor again.
No.
Oh, my gosh. And then to top it off, so I didn't even realize this. So I go out there, and I hit my friends up at Polaris. They've got this new 2017 XP Turbo, and it's completely different.
Well, for those who don't know what Jim is talking about, there is Camp Razor in Glamis.
Yeah, Glamis.
Jim, I think you forgot that.
Yeah, Camp Razor out at Glamis. And, so they set me up with this brand new 2017 XP Turbo. I've talked about it on air since they made the debut a month or two ago. But they added like 26 more horsepower to the 2016 model. And then they upgraded the steering, put quicker steering, better clutching, better cooling system. Like it's like a 2016 Turbo Razor on steroids. Anyways, this thing isn't even in production yet. There's literally only a handful of them out in the wild. RJ Anderson's got one of them. I hit up Polaris and said, hey, I've been talking about this thing on the show. I said, we should have me in one so I can drive one so I can actually really talk about being behind the wheel. And they're like, oh, yeah, we can set that up. So I show up, and they give me the keys to this car that's not even in production yet. And they tell me, they go, you realize, like, you're only the second person, that's one of our drivers to drive one. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, RJ's the only other guy that's driven one. I'm like, man, I got one up on renter right now. I'm like, woohoo!
Yeah, you do.
But no, it was pretty cool. It's humbling just to hear that.
Camp Razor looked amazing.
But to be able
so jealous.
Yeah, to shred that thing around the dunes for a day. And, and it's like, man, they give me a Razor. It's not even mine, right? So it's like I could really go out and have some fun. But, no, it was a blast. The thing is crazy, the horsepower. People went from the 1000, which is what you'd race, to the turbos, and it was like, almost 50 more horse, and it was like huge. But now you throw another 25 on it, it's like, you start thinking about it, that's crazy. It's maddening how fast this thing is, and then you add in the quicker steering, and they just took a Razor and perfected it. It's nuts. Like this thing, we always say these things are almost race ready out of the box. Like seriously, now we're getting to that point where put in some harnesses and go race. Like crazy. I don't know what much more to say.
Did you get a chance to use the GPS? Like I just thought that was a really cool deal where you can link up with your friends in the desert, of course, of all places, because if people know me, I am extremely directionally challenged. But that new GPS thing where you can link up with your friends and see where all your friends are at, and they have that like touch screen. Is pretty slick. I mean,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, they've got Ride Command in the new units. It's an option, so it's Ride Command is optional, and the one that they gave me didn't have it. I'm assuming it's because it's pre-production, and so they were just like, we're going to save the, whatever it is, $700-800 on this one. You know what I mean? Because they were doing some other R&D, but they did have a bunch of units with it out there, and I got a chance to play with it, and it's totally fun, and especially at a place like Glamis where it's so massively big. And there's 50,000 people, you can lose track of somebody really easy. So it's kind of cool to be able to keep tabs on people and everything that's going on. And, like, I don't know, it's some of the stuff Polaris is pumping out is seriously next level stuff. It's crazy,
They just need to come out with a dirt bike now. That's all I got to say about that.
They got, what is it?
Then they'll have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, what is it? Victory and Indian motorcycles. So if you want a cruiser, they got you handled with Victory and Indian.
Indian is by far the sexiest motorcycles in the world, too. So, they're doing something right. They now need to make a dirt bike.
Yeah, and then they have the slingshot. I know you've wheeled a slingshot before. You've had some fun with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those things are so fun. And the sexiest thing about the slingshot is, like, it not only looks cool, but when you're driving, like, any stoplight I'm at, like, everybody is rolling their windows down, snapping photos, taking videos. So, A, it makes me feel like a rock star, and B, it's great advertising for Polaris. I mean, this thing looks so cool that people want to literally stop their vehicles to take a picture. What better advertising is that, really? Yeah. And they're really fun to drive. So too bad we just don't have, I'm stuck in 8 months of winter, so they're not the most ideal vehicle here for Winnipeg driving conditions.
They don't make slingshot snow chains?
No, they don't,
Oh, man. Camp Razor was a blast out there. SEMA week, I got to go and do some autograph signings at SEMA. I know you and I have talked about getting us out to do live radio, and it's just so weird. Like, we've got all these crazy plans and ideas, and, like, you're on one end of one end of North America, I'm on the other, and, like, I've been crisscrossing back and forth, and you have. It's just, man, our schedules are crazy. We're kind of lucky we can actually do radio together every week. It's nuts.
I know, and it's about to get crazier, but, Tuesday kind of fits in perfect. I'm going to push really hard to always make it on the show for you guys and give you a rundown of what's going on.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing that kind of sucks. Like, I love the live events. We always have a great time, and everybody seems to be, wide open, whether we're in Vegas or, Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah, it seems like we're always in Vegas. I don't know. I'm sure we'll be able to do some live stuff. Maybe we can do some live stuff with this new announcement too next year or something like that. Like, do some live remotes.
Maybe we can.
Yeah, we'll figure something out for sure. Also, got to give a plug out to my new podcast, Project Action, which Miss Amy Houde will be on once again this week. We got to tape that still, but that's dropping every Thursday. I got to thank all of you, seriously. I was pushing it, rate, review, subscribe, and you guys have been doing great. Please keep doing it. It helps me, but we're on the front page of iTunes under New and Noteworthy. And literally, I think the podcast is up there with Lance Armstrong and, like, these celebrity comedians. And I don't know. It's crazy. But front page of iTunes. Thank you guys so much. I know Ashley Kidd's another guest of mine that's going to be on this week. 3-time wake surfing world champion. And then last week we had R.J. Anderson. We've had Sarah Price, Street Bike Tommy, Ken Block, Jason Ellis, just having all kinds of fun. Amy Houde, you've already been on there. So thanks to all of you guys for tuning in and keeping it locked and loaded there with Project Action, man. It's been pretty humbling to see download numbers. It's like, you know what it's like, Amy. You've got a YouTube channel. Like, it takes a long time to grow these things, and it's like, man, this thing right out of the box, it's been crazy to have that support.
It does. I mean, people are always looking for good, new, and original content. That's ultimately what it comes down to. I mean, the digital world is so saturated nowadays with YouTube channels and podcasts and videos and tutorials and DIYs or whatever it is. But, I mean, you just got to be original and you got to be cool and consistent. People want to be able to tune in, at a regular time, see scheduled videos, and be able to rely on you for a source of, either entertainment, information, or some laughs. And so if you got that down right, you just got to keep it original and be different. Think outside the box.
Yeah,
and definitely with Project Action it is, because, I mean, we're a little bit unfiltered, uncensored, and we got, the biggest names in action sports around the world, tuning in. So congrats, Jim. You've done a pretty good job, I'll say that.
Well, I know you and I, we've talked about, and I got to mention, we've talked about doing a podcast together, and that is still planned. I talked with the network and their games. So Amy's got this big announcement, and I've got this other project, and I've got another project, December 6th, that we'll be announcing. But I think it's sometime next year, Amy and I are going to pull the trigger on another podcast. So stay tuned for that. I don't know, you and I are going to be busy, Hood. We got lots of plans with our world takeover.
I plan to sleep never. I'll sleep in a bed.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we got an interview with Zach Skolnick from Driven Racing. And then Amy and I, we got some moto to talk about, James Stewart news, and some electric bikes running Red Bull Straight Rhythm. So all that coming at you here after the break on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it. So when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our RZR vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Are you looking for a place to push yourself behind the wheel and see how your driving skills stack up? Dirtfish Rally School is that place. Located on 315 acres of pristine automotive playground at the foot of the Cascade Mountains in Snoqualmie, Washington, right outside of Seattle, Dirtfish Rally School is a one-of-a-kind place where everyone from first-time drivers to seasoned professionals like Bucky Lassick and Antoine Lestage can push themselves to their limit. Whether driving the high-performance rally-prepped all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza STI is what you're looking for, or you'd rather hang it all out in the rear-wheel drive Subaru BRZs, Dirtfish Rally School has something for everyone. Classes are available from 2 hours to 3 full days and feature instructors with over 150 years of combined racing experience. Whether you're looking to become the best and get an edge on the competition, or just looking to freshen your skills behind the wheel, Dirtfish Rally School is the place to go. For more information on registering for classes, visit Dirtfish on the web at dirtfish.com, or to check out the latest happenings from Dirtfish, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dirtfish Rally. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'd like to welcome my next guest to the line, Zach Skolnick with Driven. I used to say steering wheels, but man, you guys have expanded to carry all kinds of products, man. How's everything going?
Everything's going well, keeping busy, really expanding on our product line like you were saying, and we just launched an office in Sweden for our European customers and dealers, so you can say we've been busy.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I think you and I met talking like GRC Charlotte at the dirt track. Maybe was it 2012, 13, 2013 maybe. I can't remember, but like you guys had just kind of were getting your feet wet. Like you were seriously carrying around steering wheels and hustling, man. And you guys have the growth has been pretty tremendous for you guys.
Yeah, we started in 2013, and we've grown our dealer network to over 150 dealers around the world, and we got champions in everything from NASCAR Sprint Cup to British Touring Car to like you said, Red Bull Global Rallycross. So,
yeah, I mean, how has that been for you guys? I mean, because you guys, I know starting out, we had talked, and I think it was back then when we had you on air. And you guys, I mean, pretty much it's just been a hustle, right? I mean, it's one thing I know. You walked up to me and said, "Hey, I want to come on your radio show," and I didn't know who you were, but you told me about what you were doing, and man, you guys have hustled. It's all just been word of mouth and good social media, and and like you said, now you guys got champions all over the world. It's pretty crazy to see that growth in just a few amount of years.
Yeah, it's definitely been very cool and humbling for me to see myself. I can go to any racetrack around the world, from Germany to England to California to New Jersey, and someone's using one of our products. So it definitely happened fairly quickly, and I think just our approach and through our social media is really what helped us take Driven to the next level.
Yeah, well, and you started out, it was just steering wheels. Now you guys are doing, I mean, you guys have driving gloves, you've got race seats, you've got like a full line of products. I mean, how has that been? I mean, where's the future for you guys? I mean, you guys just keep adding products to the line, and it's good quality stuff.
Yeah, we learned quickly through some of our competitors. Racers want to be associated with the brand as a whole for their entire interior of the car, from the seat belts to the seats to the gloves to the wheel. They want everything to match. So after selling several thousand steering wheels, racers were coming up to us and asking, well, when are you going to do gloves and when are you going to do belts? And we learned, there is a market for it, and it goes in line with our steering wheels, where our belts, our seat belts, our seats, they're the same quality as the competition. We just offer it at a more affordable, racer-friendly pricing.
Yeah, it seems like, that's a theme of things. And, in motorsports, is, a lot of these companies, just inflate the prices sky high. And, it's crazy because I've driven with your wheels. I mean, and then every time I go up to Dirtfish, I know your wheels are in their cars up there. And I mean, they're a high quality wheel. And then I go onto your website and look at the pricing, and I'm like, man, you guys are half the price of everybody else. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, our philosophy has been, buy racers for racers. Racing, as you know, is a very, very expensive sport to be involved in, and there's many aspects of it, from entry fees to tires to travel. So the fact that we can offer a great quality product at an affordable price really makes us a popular choice amongst racers.
Yeah, well, when you guys are looking at, take steering wheels, I know when you guys started out, I think you had one, maybe two models, and now you guys have, full gamut of steering wheels, and I know you guys are into, seats now and things like that. When you look to expand your product line, I mean, what goes into that thought process? How do you go, we really should offer a steering wheel for this market, or, a seat for this market, or, we should expand our product line to include this? I mean, what kind of research goes in behind the scenes to, to determine, where you guys go next?
Really, we like to listen to the racers. We go to a lot of track events, whether it's races to track days to test days, and just hear the racers out, see where their demands are, what they're looking for in products, and that helps us kind of bring up our R&D and our test wheels and try different things. And really, when the racers are happy, they get the word out there, and then the product just sells itself.
Yeah. Well, and where's the future for you guys? You guys have continued to grow, and like you said, I mean, you're doing well here in the United States. Now you've expanded overseas. Your product line continues to grow. I mean, what's next for you guys? I mean, it's been a heck of a ride since 2012, to get to this point. I mean, what's next for you guys in the next couple of years?
I mean, for us, it's branding. The name is out there, so expanding upon the brand and offering more products and expanding on the clothing line and stuff like that. And our big focus will be on the youth. You start in go-karts and they're working their way up. So we feel that if we can get racers hooked on a brand at a young age, as they grow in their racing, they'll want to grow with the Driven product line.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hook them young, right? And then you've got a customer for life.
That's it.
Yeah, nice. So, where could people find out a little bit more on the products? I mean, I know you obviously the website. You guys do custom stuff too. I know, like the steering wheels at Dirtfish, you guys are traditionally red. They've got some orange stitching and stuff like that up there at Dirtfish. I mean, where can people find out more information on you guys?
Yeah, so our custom program is fairly new for us, and we have the ability to offer custom steering wheels with different sponsor names or logos embroidered right on the wheel with different color stitching and at a very affordable price. And all of our information can be seen at drivensteering.com. And there's a dealer locator there. You can find a local dealer that's nearest to you, or you can obviously buy online direct.
Yeah, nice, man. Well, I can tell you, I appreciate you calling in. It's been cool to watch, kind of the company expand and grow. And like I said, I mean, I've used your products for a couple of years now, and just top-notch stuff. So, good luck in the future, and we'll definitely stay in touch.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you having us on the show.
All right, thanks a lot, Zach. It was Zach Skolnick with Driven Racing. I know they are out in full effect out there at SEMA show, and had the opportunity to use their products for quite some time now. And good stuff for sure. But gonna switch some gears here, and we got to talk a little moto with Miss Amy Houde.
Yes.
So you and I, I'm out of sorts. We've been kind of like every other episode having you, and like there's some stuff I wanted to talk to you about. Big one, made a prediction, I don't know, on one of my two shows, that we saw the first electric bike at Red Bull Straight Rhythm, right? They ran it in the lights class, the 125, the lights, whatever they want to call it, right? Well, it actually didn't do half bad. So I'm looking back. Right? Yeah, like it didn't do bad. So I'm looking back, going in. I remember the first four-stroke that showed up to run Supercross, right? The Yamaha four-stroke, and everybody laughed at it. And they're like, "There's no freaking way a four-stroke's ever going to run with two-strokes," and yada yada yada, right? Here we are. Fast forward, and two-strokes are unheard of anymore, and everybody's running a four-stroke, right? Two-strokes.
I know.
They've been put out to pasture. Whether you're a two-stroke fan or not, I'm sorry, they've been put out to pasture, man. There's just they've become like a vintage thing almost. So you got four-strokes. I made the prediction, and it may take 10 years, but I said, now we've got Formula One cars that are electric, and like I could see in 10 years. And anybody that's been to Supercross and seen the haze of fumes above the stadium, like I could see in the next 10 years, it's going to take some R&D, but I could see electric bikes kind of as the future.
Definitely. I mean, motorsports, fuel and gas. I mean, I love the smell of that VP race fuel. I will not deny, but I mean, the way the world is going and how everybody is becoming so much more environmentally responsible, giant companies like, Supercross and Formula One and whatever, they might be looking to implement some type of environmental guidelines down in the future. And I mean, if something like an electric bike is, competing well against the four strokes and two strokes and anything with gas in it, I don't know. I do definitely see the way of motorsport's going to something electric. If they're able to compete on the same level, then why not? If it's going to be way more environmentally responsible, I think it'd be a great idea.
Yeah, well, we've seen that. Like the big one is Formula E, right? They're running this World Championship, and they're close to a Formula One car. They're not there yet, and there's some hurdles because like the batteries only last so long. So at mid race, they've got to switch cars.
You never make that electric bike in GNCC, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So, but you know what I mean. But 5-10 years out, that might be fixed. But I'm saying like don't count it out. Like I could see things moving that way in the future. And I'm a motorhead too. Like I mean, like you said, there's nothing like the smell of race gas. Period.
Exactly.
But
I don't want to replace that. I mean, you just got to have one of those. They have the two-stroke candles. You're going to have to light in the pits just to give that aroma that we all motorheads die for. But like you said, I would not rule it out. I mean, I don't know if it has a long-lasting presence. I don't know. That's a tough question, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure. Do I see it in the future? Definitely. Next year? No. 10 years? maybe for sure.
Yeah, I think you and I are on the same page, and I could see something too, like the Supercross series, like them having the 250 and the 450 division or whatever they look like in 10 years, and then having like Arena Cross be electric bikes or something like that. Like having that as part of like the feeder series, like making a division for electric bikes or something like that. Like I could see them moving.
I think we're going to get pushed in the direction of the electric bikes with, like I said, environmental standards. With all the arenas, with the CO2 and the fog or whatever, all the smoke, like I think we're going to get pushed more into that direction of looking for alternatives and looking for a way to get around, all these obstacles that, in 10 years it's going to be 10 times as worse as it is now. Let's be honest. The environment is going down the drain. And so I think that, whoever is looking into the whole electric wave of motorsports is very smart. I just think it's going to take a little while to get there.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Jen Hellstrom, she is at SEMA. She was in charge of the Off-Road Hall of Fame last night. Our girl Sarah Price took an award home, but she's going to be calling into the show, and we're going to be talking SEMA and Ormhoff after the break. So stay tuned here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderson, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When R.J. Anderson wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning RZR XP 1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris RZRs to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris RZRs RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder R.J. Anderson and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris RZR vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Life is all about sound. The sound of sports. The sound at the racetrack. And the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at mtx.com. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. And we're having a couple of calls with our problems with our phone lines here, so just hang on a second here. Yeah, it's like, seriously, I don't know. Jen, you there? Jen Hallstrom, you there? Hello? We got like total FUBAR madness going on the break. It's crazy here. I don't know what the heck's going on, man. I'm trying to I don't know what's going on here. I seriously don't know what's going on. Just hang tight, fans. This is kind of crazy. All right, let me see here. We got Amy Houde calling in. You there, Amy?
Yeah, our lines are kind of getting a little messed up.
Yeah, it's only allowing one caller per deal. So, like, Jen Hallstrom's kind of on hold. I'm going to see if I can...
Oh, I can call back after Jen.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on here. I'm going to try and see if I can get her. Just hang tight. We're like, I don't know, we've never had this problem ever, and then all of a sudden...
Some serious technical difficulties, and of course on the biggest day of my announcement.
I'm glad we're not...
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're seeing if we can add Jen in here, and I don't know what the heck's going on. Let's see if she'll pick up. We're winging it, man. I don't know. This is kind of crazy.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, you there, Jen?
Hey, Jen. How's it going?
I'm here.
We're having like
good. How are you two?
We're having major technical difficulties here. Like it wouldn't allow multiple callers in. It was only allowing me to call out to get multiple people. So I don't know. It's weird. We've never had that problem before, but here you go. It's happening today.
Well, we're back in action now. And Jen is at
we're here. We're here now. So
all right. Sweet. We're finally. It only took us 3 minutes, right? So thanks for you fans for not tuning out that are still here. But so Jen, you are at SEMA this week. Ormhoff going off last night, and we got to talk about the Off-Road Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I know. I was going to come out there and do some live radio, but it was Halloween, so I've got a 7-year-old daughter. But we went that direction instead. But tell us about the award ceremony. I know Amy and my mutual friend, Sarah Price, took home some honors.
Yeah, you know what? It was another one for the record books. We had 470 people, which is even more people than we had last year. And it was a packed room, and not only was it packed, but it's packed with the legends of our sport. So, you know, you have people like Malcolm Smith walking around, and even for people like me, I'm like, wow, Malcolm's here. That is so neat. So it's an honor to be able to put this together as the event manager for the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame and have those kind of people attend it. And our ultimate goal is to make it the place to be for the off-road community on Monday night of SEMA week. Come mingle with the people of the sport, see people that you don't normally get to see, and have a good time and celebrate our new inductees. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so, I had Larry Ragland on air last week, and it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had dinner with Larry in the past in a group setting and things like that, and he's one of those, like, I've been lucky. Like, I've had all these, Shelby Anderson's dad. I was able to have dinner with him a couple of weeks ago at one of the Terracross things, and, and obviously, the Anderson family name. But, circling back, like, I've been able to eat dinner with all these legends, and it's so amazing because you get these stories. And they love to tell stories, and Larry Ragland was that way on air last week, but I could only imagine there at SEMA with all these inductees, and you get the old guys are already Hall of Famers there, and you get the new people coming in. I'm sure the stories in the bench racing is just insane.
It is. It really is. You walk around the cocktail hour, and everybody is just having conversations about racing and off-road, and the nice thing is they're not all divided up. They run around and they talk to everybody. But I think the highlight of the night last night was when Larry Ragland was on stage and he was chatting a lot, and Mark finally said something about it on the microphone, and the two of them started having a little, hashing it out on stage over the microphone, and the crowd was just loving it, talking about racing and cheating and whatnot. So it was fun. It was a good time. And we can't wait for the video to come out. We had some great highlights. Emmy Hall and Ryan Arciero, who were our MCs for the evening, decided to have a little fun since it was Halloween as well. And Ryan dressed up as a gnome, and Emmy walked out as Bob Bauer. So it was just little stuff like that really kept it entertaining.
Well, I'm guessing it was on Halloween, so that would have...
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. So it kept the crowd entertained, and it's kind of hard to do sometimes for 5 hours having them in there, but we definitely had the right people on board to make that happen.
Yeah, Emmy's phenomenal. I'm glad you guys were able to get her involved. Like I mean, I've had her on the show for like 5 years now, off and on, and she's funny. Sad thing is she's not super well known in our industry. I mean, she's a dirt girl, she races a 1600 car, and and she's mainstream. I mean, she works for CNET, as an auto reviewer and things like that. And it's sad that somebody like that in our industry, she's not widely known. But hopefully after this event, she is now. But I mean, she eats, breathes, sleeps, breathes this sport, and she's gone over and done gazelles and everything else. And I was super stoked that you guys kind of mixed her in with Ryan Arciero, who is very well known in the industry. I thought it was a good mix.
Yeah, it was a great mix, that's for sure. We were excited to have them, and they did a wonderful job.
Awesome. So take us through. I know who won who were the inductees into the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's been known for quite some time now. But take us through these other awards, because Ormhoff, you guys brought in like these new awards. What was it, a year ago, 2 years ago? The Rising Star Awards. Isn't it Hall of Fame induction, but it's basically recognition for people that are doing things in the industry.
Yeah. So what it is we call it the Rising Star Awards. And we know that the people that are nominated for these are already past the rising star status in their respected category. However, they're rising stars in the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame eyes. I like to call it our future legends. We have the 6 categories: short course, off-road desert, rock sports, industry, advocate, motorcycle, ATV, UTV, and we all really think about who deserves to be in there and look at the results from the year and what they're doing for our community, and get it narrowed down to a maximum of 5 people in each category. And then it's up to our members. We have options to become Ormhoff members since we're a nonprofit, and that's one of the things that comes with it is you get to vote for those future legends, those rising stars. And let me tell you, it was neck and neck this year through a lot of it. And sometimes it was just, one vote would make one person jump in the lead. And then next thing you know, the other person they were running against was 2 votes in the lead. And so it really came down to the night before when we cut voting off at midnight. It was like, all right, what's it going to be? And so, but I think the most exciting part was we had 2 ladies win last night. We had Charlene Bauer win in the industry category, and we had Sarah Price win in the motorcycle, ATV, UTV category. So that was great to see the ladies there representing for sure.
Yeah, well, and Sarah, I mean, she's become a really good friend of mine, and I think what she's doing is crazy. I mean, just past weekend, she was in Australia racing UTVs down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just girls literally bouncing around the globe racing just about anything at this point. So it's kind of cool for her to get the recognition.
And it's crazy because actually Sarah and I kind of met at the similar points in our career in Las Vegas at World Minis. I think Sarah was 15 and I was 17, and I was moving down to California, and she was just on her 85 still too. Like, she was a little girl, and I remember walking up to her, hey, I'm going to California. Do you want to ride and be friends? And it's been really cool because, we started at, again, the similar point, and we've watched each other's careers grow, and have really watched Sarah, come into her own as a great ambassador of, not just motocross, but women athletes all over the world. And just for her demeanor and how hard she works. And a lot of people don't realize that Sarah makes all of these opportunities happen for herself. She doesn't have anybody out there plugging away working for her. She does it herself. And that's what, I really love about the girl. I mean, she's a hustler, and she is so extremely talented, whether it's on the handlebars or behind the wheel. She's really able to adapt to any type of motorsport. And I'm so, so proud to, have my friend be given that honor in the Motocross Hall of Fame. I'm almost like, I'm like, oh, my little girl, it's all grown up. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, and what's neat about it too is she's so humble and thankful, and that's what makes it, worth it when we do these Rising Star Future Legends of the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame. Is those that they're just excited to even be recognized, and the fact that we're acknowledging them and seeing their potential. Yep. And another neat thing about it too is, in doing this, we're also introducing people to other realms of our sport that you may have never heard of. We have advocate people who fight for our lands. They're the quiet warriors behind the scenes that we don't know their names, and now we can recognize them and thank them. And you know, like John Amador was one of our inductees last night, and when you talk to him and hear about all he's done, it's like, wow, we really owe them a big thank you, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do what we love. And so it's just a very wide variety of people that we bring together for the evening, and you get to learn so much about different people. And I think that's one of my favorite parts about it, besides it being a reunion and seeing friendly faces and people that we know and love. It's also getting to meet the new people and make new friends.
Yeah,
definitely. I got to go there next year. That sounds like a lot of fun, even just to watch all my friends. I want to go.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome.
We're you know, as every event comes to an end, it's the next day you got to load up and pack everything up. But that's what we're doing today, and we're already talking about next year and what our plans are going to be. It's still going to continue to be the Monday of SEMA week, and we really hope we're back at the South Point again, because they're really wonderful here. And let me tell you, the food we have is amazing as well. So you can't beat it. But yeah, you and Jim definitely need to make it out next year, because it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's going to be the place to be Monday night.
Well, I'm already looking at the calendar going, all right, well, it's not, it is not on Halloween. So, you know, if you need an MC this next year, you need somebody to do radio, I am in, Jen Hellstrom.
Yep, perfect. Yep, it falls on the 30th next year, so we're excited about that. It's not on Halloween, and you know what? We thought that it would be tough to compete with Halloween, but we understood people have kids and whatnot and want to go do the trick-or-treating thing. But even for it being on Halloween, we still had an amazing turnout, and to have more than we did last year, it means we're doing something right, and that really excites us. And with the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame, we really want to just let people know that we're here. We're a nonprofit, and this is one of our big fundraisers for the year that keeps us going. But we think that keeping the history alive of the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame and recognizing those people and bringing in the new people and whatnot, it's a fun thing to do, but it definitely takes the support of everybody. And so if you guys are listening and you want to come, you know, ticket prices vary, but the food's worth it, the entertainment's worth it, and you're hanging out with legends of our sport that you don't normally get to hang out with. So it's worth coming to.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Jen. I know you are awful busy with SEMA week. You've got a full week full of, I don't know, you're directing, producing, you're doing a little bit of everything this week, right?
I'm wrapping up here at the South Point right now, and then I actually am going right over to SEMA to help Attain Media as a producer for the week at SEMA, and then I'm going to go watch qualifying for the Baja 1000 tonight, and hopefully by Friday I get to sleep in and get off of my feet, because I'm pretty sure I need to ice them already, and it's only Tuesday.
Yeah, good luck with that. Well, at least you don't have to pick up some guy's Razor from SEMA Friday afterwards in a 30-minute window and drive it through downtown Vegas, right?
You know what, though? I would have loved to do that again, because that was really fun.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Jen. We'll see you this week, hopefully, when I'm out there. Thanks again, and, I guess, find some time to relax this week if you can.
Great. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Amy. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
See you, Jen. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
All right. We got to take a short commercial break here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. We'll be back after this. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of Razor vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a Razor 170 like me, take the entire family out in a Razor XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new Razor XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris Razor. Check out the full Polaris Razor lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at mtx.com.
Two of your favorite things, gasoline from Running Man Fuels and a huge 55-inch flat-screen HD TV.
Oh, yeah, I heard they're giving away not just one TV, but 10 and 44 $200 gas cards.
Drawing every half hour starting at noon on November 12th and 26th.
It's the HD TV and gas card giveaway. Swipe, play, win. See the club for details.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the water, right on the money.
Get ready for some serious country music from the one and only Dwight Yoakam. Live in concert Saturday, December 10th at the Blue Water Amphitheater at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Gates open at 2. Show starts at 3. General admission tickets in advance for $40. VIP tickets are $75. General admission day of the show is $60. Visit BlueWaterFun.com and reserve your tickets now. Dwight Yoakam live at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Don't miss it.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the water, right on the money.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here. We got time ticking. It's tick-tock, tick-tock. We're about 8 minutes away from making tick-tock, tick-tock. About 8 minutes away from making a big announcement, so I don't know. We'll try and fill between now and then. We got a couple little breaks to take, but wanted to make mention, though, Amy and I were talking electric motorcycles. Red Bull Global Rallycross recently announced that they're adding a third division to their series. Added the GRC Lights division. Let me think back here. Was it 2012? It was whenever I worked for them. But anyways, they added the Lights division, which has been phenomenal. It's actually become bigger than the supercar division as far as numbers go. Got some amazing talent like Colette Davis racing there. But they're adding a third division now this next season. They're adding an electric car division to Red Bull Global Rallycross. So you're going to have electric rallycross cars. So we talked about it being the future, Hood. I mean, when Red Bull Global Rallycross is jumping on board, this is it's pretty legit if they're adding an electric rally car division to their series. So,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this electric stuff, it's not going away. It's no joke. I think we're gonna. I don't know. I've seen some electric UTVs. There's some companies out there making, I guess like Razor knockoffs that are electric and things like that too. So I mean, it's starting to spread. It's starting to spread, electric lawnmowers now, and I don't know, there's stuff all over. I don't know. I still prefer gas, but just saying, stuff is definitely
I prefer gas, too. I'm going to say that, too, so all my haters don't get mad at me for abandoning my true love of motorsports, the smell of race gas. I'll be honest, walking through a pro paddock compared to, a local Manitoba race, man, it just smells like 10 times better, not only, professional man sweat, but VP race fuel. I mean, I love the smell of race fuel. I love it. But I'm spoiled here because my dad runs race fuel in our vintage ghetto ice bikes. I mean, my dad loves his race fuel and likes our bikes running top notch. So even the DT500 has race fuel in it.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a short break, and this one's pretty quick, but we come back. We got a few minutes left, and then, we'll got Amy's big announcement. So hang tight here on the Down Dirty Radio Show.
I'm Polaris rider Lee Valley, and I choose Polaris just because they have the best quality, highest performing, most fun machines out there.
Only one company has taken Levi LaValle to 10 X Games medals, snowcross championships, a double backflip, and a world record long jump of 412 feet across the San Diego Harbor on New Year's Eve, and that company is Polaris. Whether it's dominating the X Games, racing a stock Polaris RZR XP1000 in the Terracross Championship, or just hitting the trail on the weekend, for over 20 years, Levi has relied on the same quality Polaris vehicles and products you can purchase at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of action sports legend Levi LaValle and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. And so I gotta ask you, Houde, we are officially like 6 minutes away from this. Do you already have like your spiel planned out here? Like I gotta ask, like you got all like, have you been planning on this for like 6 months? Do you know exactly in your head? You get to finally tell the world, like, I'm kind of excited about this. Like 6 minutes, you get to tell the world. Like I'm kind of pumped to hear, like, if you got the speech planned, you know, like you're running for president or something.
I do and I don't. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the way we chat, like, you know, we're best friends, the world, the people that we talk to, I mean, I think that just listening to our, like, personal conversation that we would have if we were hanging out together. So I'm really excited to be able to do this announcement with you on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, you know, for the first time. Just because, again, people are really going to just get my authentic reaction to everything, because this will be the first time that it's coming out of my mouth and I'm able to say it. But, you know, it's a really prestige and honor to be, you know, being able to do what I'm going to be able to do. And I'm very, very excited. Like it's like an emotional thing and an excitement thing and a professional thing, you know, in every direction that I could only have imagined my career in motorsports to go. You know, the audience that we have and the, you know, what we do is just incredible. And I'm so, so, so thankful for, you know, working as hard as I always have all my life. And all the times that I sucked and remained, you know, very passionate about wanting to be successful, I stuck her to it and it paid off. So, you know, it's almost like a better feeling that, like, all your hard work and dreams and, like, sacrifices and the times I've been crying and my empty bank account and my broken bones, it's almost like, you know what, it's all worth it. It's all worth it now. So.
Well, speaking to that, I know our bank accounts are still empty, but you've made it.
We like motorsports.
What do they say?
Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you, you know, a Polaris RZR, a dirt bike, a boat, a car, truck.
Yeah.
All the things that need for speed.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I'm pretty pumped you get to finally make that announcement. It worked out where we can do it on the show. And, like, people that tune in, like, Amy and I, when we talk, like, we don't put on a production. Like, seriously, when her and I are out at an event together, you know, or go out to dinner or whatever, literally we call each other out and we talk trash to each other. I mean, it's, you know, it's just, this is us, you know. It's funny because, like you said, they get kind of our personal conversations. That's just how we are. Like, it's nothing for show when we talk to each other. It's just the way things are, you know. It's kind of funny.
But that's why it's so awesome, is that it's literally nothing staged and nothing pre-rehearsed. Like I used to, when you first asked me to be a part of your show, I used to write notes down and you know, have all these stuff about the people, you know, all of our guests. I still do all my research on our guests, but I would have like a list of what I wanted to talk about and how I wanted to talk about it. And, you know, it was actually really hard to do it that way because it's hard in radio to pick, you know, exactly when you're supposed to talk about specific things. Like, you really just got to roll with the punches and, you know what you're talking about, know your audience, know your guests, and just free will it, you know, wing it almost, if you will, because that is how you get true, fun, unscripted radio.
Yep. All right, we got to take a short break. We come back. We're making this announcement, Houde. So, we'll be back after this.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderson, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When R.J. Anderson wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning RZR XP1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris Razors to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris Razors RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderson and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris Razor vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Get ready for some serious country music from the one and only Dwight Yoakam. Live in concert Saturday, December 10th at the Blue Water Amphitheater at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Gates open at 2. Show starts at 3. General admission tickets in advance for $40. VIP tickets are $75. General admission day of the show is $60. Visit BlueWaterFun.com and reserve your tickets now. Dwight Yoakam live at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Don't miss it.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the water, right on the money.
Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Houde here, and finally, 6 months in the making, I guess it's out on the internet. Houde, what has been on your mind?
Wow, this is exhilarating and exciting, but I'm very, very proud to announce that I, Amy Houde, will be the first female and new driver for Team Zombie in the 2017 Monster Jam Triple Threat Central Tour presented by AMSOIL. Woo!
Sweet. So you're going monster truck racing. I am amped. Like, this is something like for those of you just tuning in, like, you know, because obviously this has been like confidential stuff. So like I'm sitting here and like Amy's testing at Monster Jam University, and I'm getting these text messages. Hey, look at my freestyle run. Hey, this, and I'm like, man, I want to be sharing this with the world. Like I've been seeing like her, and you know, like the first time like she'd hit stuff, it was kind of lame, and then she'd get really good, and she'd be launching the crap out of this truck, and like I'm like, man, this is like you've got like months worth of social media content to post now.
Most definitely. I mean, it's been a wild couple of months, you know, prepping at Monster Jam University and getting ready for tour. I mean, it's all still very surreal, and everything's happened extremely quick too. So, you know, I'm just really, really excited to be a part of this, you know, making my transition from two wheels to four. I never thought I would see the day, Jim. I'm going to be honest. I thought that my career, I thought I was going to be an old lady riding dirt bikes. And I still am, most definitely. But, you know, 2 years ago, I kind of came to a pivot point in my life where I was like, where am I going to take, what's next? Where am I going to take this career? How am I going to grow my audience, my fan base, my career, my achievements? I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be 3 times as better than I was the day before. And I was just looking for an avenue to grow myself as Amy Houde, the athlete. And, you know, I tried a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, I jumped into Terracross. I have to, you know, thank you for that. But I just knew that there was something bigger, literally, and better on the way. And I was just kind of waiting there with arms open. And, you know, this opportunity came my way. And I'm, you know, very excited and honored to be participating in Monster Jam Triple Threat Series. And it's really cool. I mean, it's like I've been prepping for this all my life. This is a very different way that Monster Jam, you know, has done things before. They started with the new Triple Threat Series where, you know, there's 8 athletes competing on 3 different vehicles in 7 different competitions. And, you know, we go with like a point system for an overall championship that receives a spot to Monster Jam World Finals in Las Vegas. So I'm going to be driving the Monster Jam truck, a Monster Jam ATV, and a Speedster. So, you know, I have 25 years of experience on a dirt bike. So now I jumped on the Monster Jam ATV, and I've almost found my niche. I mean, I've won, while prepping at Monster Jam University, I've won most of the ATV mains, and it's really cool because I get to now take my lifetime of racing experience and, you know, put it all together into this new, you know, into my new career where it's very multi-leveled and, you know, very technical. And it's like I've been prepping for this my whole life, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's cool because you're jumping into monster trucks, which is new to you, and you're learning it. But, I mean, you've got a little bit of experience in razors, so you'll do well in the speedsters. The ATVs, I mean, that's like – I mean, if you can ride a dirt bike like you do, I look at going to an ATV almost as like a step backwards. So you should be like phenomenally fast on those. Like, I've
never sat on an ATV in my life until I sat on one at Monster Jam University. And I was like, I fell into my comfort zone. I have a blast on them. They're so much fun. And I was really able to develop my skills from the dirt bike. And it was they transpired so well into the ATV. I'm so happy because I was a little bit worried that I was going to struggle on the ATV just because I've, you know, with my dirt biking 2-wheel experience is very different than 4. But, you know, the best thing is I am coming from dirt sports. So I have a lot of knowledge about dirt. And Monster Jam, you know, we have, I'm trying to think of how many stops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 10 rounds, you know, in all different stadiums around central USA with very different types of dirt. So we're coming into these places, never stepped foot in them before, and we have to look and analyze the dirt. You know, how our trucks and vehicles are going to react, you know, how all of our speed and calculate everything kind of coming into one. So I really do think that my background coming from dirt bikes is really going to help me, you know, be able to use my knowledge about dirt going into this. So I'm actually really excited about that because we got some really, really unique people on board the new Central Tour. So we are rookies. We have 5 new people and then 2 independents. And I'm very honored and proud to be able to, you know, be on a team with the legend, Dennis Anderson, driver of Gravediggers' daughter, Kristen Anderson. You know, it's really, really cool because I've got to meet all these new people that I'm going to be on tour with for, you know, the next couple months or years. And, you know, right away, Kristen and I picked up from the airport, and it was like, did we just become best friends? Yep. Do you want to do karate in the garage? Oh, yeah. We instantly bonded, and, you know, she's able to teach me a lot about Monster Jam, you know, the trucks itself and the whole industry, you know, because she grew up in it. And for me, I'm able to really teach her a lot about the racing aspect and, you know, how to look at this on a competitive level and just a little bit more about the media side. So we work great. We're a great pair. We're a great team. And I'm really excited to be the 2 new females in the Monster Jam Triple Threat Series because I think that this year is going to be the year for the girls and that the guys are going to have to keep up to the girls this year because, you know, who runs the world? Girls.
Yeah. We'll have to get Kristen on the show. Like I think we'll have to get her on the show. Should be fun, especially with her family background and I think she'd be awesome.
Oh man, the girl is hilarious. She's going to kill it this year. You know, Gravedigger already has a huge fan following, but you know, Kristen really will bring a personality into its own. So I'm really excited. But I'm also really excited to be driving for Team Zombie because actually Zombie is a fan voted truck. So right away, I'm already, coming into this industry with a huge fan following. And you know me, Jim, and my passion and love for the fans of motorsports. It just, the kids are the new generation of the sport. They're who makes us be able to do what we do. It's their support and their dedicated fan following that allows us to show up at the racetrack every day. So, to be in Zombie and the first female driver of Zombie is just such an honor. I'm stepping in for Barry. He's now competing on the East Coast Tour, but Barry's done an amazing job at, pumping up the Zombie brand, getting all the fans in the crowd's arms going like the Zombie arms. Like I'm so excited to take on this role. It's like I said, it truly is an honor. But Jim, I think it's also cool to be the first female to drive Zombie, because to be able to put a female in a male-dominated truck, I believe really sets the tone that Monster Jam is confident in their women athletes this year, and that we are going to be on the same competitive level as the men. And Jim, you know me, I like to win. Okay, so this year I am here to win, and I want to win a spot to World Finals.
Yeah. Well, I'm pumped because out of all the trucks, like when you told me you were going to be Zombie, I'm like how many times have you and I talked about like zombie apocalypse vehicles and crap like that? Like I'm like, you and I talk zombies all the time. I'm like, this is like a match made in heaven. Like I'm looking at a schedule going like it's all East Coast. So when do I fly out? Like when do I fly out to go see one of these events? Like I'm like I gotta be there for one of them. It's like this is awesome. I'm so pumped. But hey, we got a lot to talk about. We got the next segment to talk about things too. But we got to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, trust me, we're talking more Monster Jam, because we're going to talk about kind of how this whole thing got put together, and kind of the whole roller coaster ride of things. But yeah, we got a lot more to cover here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Back after this.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderson, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When R.J. Anderson wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning RZR XP1000. R.J. is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris RZRs to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris RZRs RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderson and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris RZR vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268-horsepower, turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. It's not a sibling rivalry. It's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Get ready for some serious country music from the one and only Dwight Yoakam. Live in concert Saturday, December 10th at the Blue Water Amphitheater at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Gates open at 2. Show starts at 3. General admission tickets in advance for $40. VIP tickets are $75. General admission day of the show is $60. Visit BlueWaterFun.com and reserve your tickets now. Dwight Yoakam live at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Don't miss it.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the water, right on the money.
Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor, where I am here with my co-host, and we're talking about her big, massive announcement that she's going Monster Jam racing. The zombie truck, like, I don't know. I am so pumped. I'm so proud of you, Houde. I know you've put a ton of work into this. I don't know. I'm trying to think back. Like, I don't know how many years we've known each other now. Like, 3 maybe, 2, 3. I don't know. But, like, going back to the start, like, I don't know. I mean, we didn't know each other. It was, like, literally, I think, a tweet that kind of kicked things off. But, you know, going through things, you've been doing radio with me for a while, and I know things kind of started. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we were out at Vegas at the Mint 400. Went to the Hogs and Heifer party.
Of course, we were in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
of course we were.
Yeah, everything happens in Vegas, right?
Everything happens in Vegas.
I can't say it stays in Vegas because generally you and I talk about everything that happens in Vegas on air.
Radio show.
But
Exactly.
yeah, but no, so everything kind of happened there, and I know you kind of take us through this whole process because people in motorsports think things happen fast, and it doesn't happen fast. And I know with you, there was a lot of waiting and a lot of drama, and you were worried, and things ended up getting put together. But kind of take us through this whole process.
Well, I have to initially give a huge shout out to my girl, and really the catalyst of all of this. Cynthia Gauthier, so my fellow moto chick, Canadian moto chick, from Montreal, from Quebec. So my girl really is the one who kind of opened my eyes and opened my doors to the new world of Monster Jam, and how all these girls were getting involved and being extremely competitive with the men and really killing it and getting huge fan followings and being great role models. Not only Cynthia, but Becky Mistana, Bailey Shea, Brie Mahone, just a couple of those big name girls in Monster Jam right now who are really just making an amazing career for themselves. But I mean, Cynthia and I go way back because we ride dirt bikes. So any chick who rides a bike are friends. We really are. It's such a close-knit community. Moto chicks stick together, and it's a really cool thing. So funny, if some of our listeners remember, I couldn't make it out to the first Terracross race in San Diego. So who did I think who would be able to manhandle a little Polaris Razor? My girl Cynthia, of course. So I shot her a text message and I said, hey, I need a fill-in driver for my Terracross race. I'm not going to be able to make it. Do you want to go? And Cynthia, in her cute little French accent, like, oh yeah, for sure, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. You go race for me, and if you ever need a fill-in driver for Monster Jam, girl, you give me a call because I am so ready. So that really was kind of how my eyes opened to the sport. And I always kept an eye on Cynthia's career and just, watched her progress. Got the Brie won the Rookie of the Year award, and it's just really cool. Brie actually came from a background of racing as well, dirt bikes, and Bailey Shea comes from a background in racing ATVs. So really, successful women in, on a bike or on a quad transitioning to Monster Jam. And I just thought that was really cool. And I was like, hey, you know what? That's something I want to do. That's amazing. And so who happened to be in Las Vegas, of course. I was up for the Mint 400, and it's really cool because it's the Mint, and then the week after is Monster Jam World Finals in Las Vegas. So a lot of the Monster Jam people are starting to roll into town, and we happen to go to an industry party. So for all the athletes and drivers in Vegas. And so a lot of the Monster Jam athletes actually ended up being there as well as the desert racers. So it was kind of funny because I met up with Cole Vernard, driver of Gravedigger, and Damon Bradshaw. And Damon, obviously coming from a Supercross background, we kind of linked up and met and hung out, shared a couple of soda pops and and just started
Soda
talking
pops,
about our
huh?
careers in racing. Soda pops.
Soda pops, all
Jim,
right.
you know how it is.
Okay,
Soda
well,
pops.
you call them what you want, Hood.
And it really transpired from us talking about our careers to the motorsports in general, and then Cole Bernard telling me that, hey, Monster Jam is hiring next year. You know, we're really looking for a lot of new female drivers. You should apply. And I said, okay, whose email address do I have to send my resume to? Boom, done. You know, and that's really how it all happened. And it's, you know, while we say this on this show time and time again, but it's any professional athlete, any type of industry, whether it's motorsport or soccer or knitting, if you will, it's all about your relationships and who you know, and, you know, really reaching out and connecting to all the different types of drivers and promoters and track builders, because you never know where you're going to find your next opportunity for, you know, the next chapter of your life. Really, it's about making the time to go out there and make those relationships and those connections, because that's what motorsports really is all about. And that's the way to get the most out of your career as well. You know, it's just not showing up at a race and you know, getting on the line and going. Like, it's everything else is really what makes this life so, you know, unique and amazing. What can I say? But it was a long process. So once I sent my resume off, I got a phone call, and I got to go down to test at Monster Jam. Before it was Monster Jam University, I just went for my test, my rehearsal. I had no idea what I was doing and getting myself involved into. And as soon as I was there and saw the trucks and, you know, it's a whole new world. I mean, it's very, very different than motocross. And I was instantly hooked, Jim. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, as soon as I laid my eyes on the trucks and knowing that was something that I got to drive and experience, my eyes like got the size of saucers, and I was instantly hooked. And you know, I was very fortunate to make it through auditions. The coolest thing about it, you know, I was going down there and I was a little worried and nervous, and I was the first person that I called the day before I drove was my dad, and all he told me was he said, Amy, you have been prepping for this your whole life. Stop being worried and nervous and get out there and drive the crap out of that thing. That was my advice from my dad, his only daughter and only child. So it's really cool to have, you know, the support from my parents and my family as well going into this. But made it through Monster Jam University, you know, where you've been trained by the 11-time world championship champion himself, Tom Mentz, driver of Max D. And it's really cool to be able to learn from him, and just, you know, he's been in this his whole life. He's been driving his whole life, just like I have motocross. So we're very, very fortunate. We are learning from the best, and it's been a wild couple of weeks, you know, really being able to master the trucks. And, you know, where we train our training facility is actually designed exactly how each of our stadiums is going to be, our arenas are going to be that we compete in. So it's been, you know, so much help, and I have so much confidence going into the first round at Nashville. I'm beyond excited, Jim. Like, I don't even know what to say. Don't even make me tear up here.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Nice. I'm super pumped. Like, you know, I'm going to be on the phone with you that whole weekend. Like, you know, like, seriously, your phone's going to be ringing off the hook. Like, I'm so freaking pumped for you. So I'm going to throw it out there just like you did to Cynthia. You know, if you ever need a fill-in driver, Hood, like, I think I would make a good zombie driver. So we'll just throw it out there.
You got it. But, yeah, some cool, you know, it's cool, too. I actually went to my test, like my first day of testing ever, you know, before I stepped foot on the facility, with Justin Sipes. And Justin Sipes and I go way back. I went to, like, MCF training facility, the Millsaps training, and right beside is GPS, Georgia practice facility. And when I was a kid, man, and Justin and I were both there at GPS, like, training and riding. And I knew him years ago, and he's a, you know, former supercross racer and really talented on a dirt bike. His brother, Ryan Sipes, GNCC champion. So it was really cool to have Justin in my practice, and, you know, we made it in together. And I'm so happy that Justin's also on my tour now this year, too. It's really exciting to have, you know, a friendly face and also somebody who comes from a background in two wheels. So it's great. And then we also have Camden Murphy, who comes from NASCAR Xfinity Series. Again, like Kristen Anderson, two privateers who've been, I guess, not privateers anymore. They are independent drivers. But also we have a really unique person who is coming from Marvel, who played the role of Spider-Man, Bernard Light. So I'm really excited. We got such a unique, diverse group. It's going to be, this is going to be a year to remember, Jim. I'm beyond ecstatic. I'm beyond ecstatic to perform in front of thousands and thousands of Monster Jam fans who are so passionate and diehards of the series. It really is amazing to see the fans in this particular industry. But I'm more excited to make memories and get my truck racing down. And again, like I said, I want to win this year, and I want to win a spot at World Championships in Las Vegas. That's my goal going into this. All fun stuff aside, I am here to line up and be competitive and win.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm excited. Get to World Finals in Vegas. That way I can be there for sure and support you. And, I'm just so freaking beyond pumped. Like, it's out in the wild. And, man, we got a lot to talk about the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months until the debut there. Like, it's right after the first of the year. It's awesome, man. It's going to come fast, though.
Yeah, it's definitely coming crazy fast. January is just right around the corner. I've been putting a lot of time in the gym, working on my fitness again, being the new triple threat series and the three different, the three different machines. And we were running back and forth, once we're in the Monster Jam trucks and we got to get ready for speedsters, we were running into the back of the pits and, we got to either swap our gear and get into ATV gear or, jump into our Razors, our speedsters, and there's a lot of physical endurance going into this, and that just really shows again the level that Monster Jam is on now. Like, we are all professional athletes, and we are working our butts off in the off season to really prepare for this season to start, and I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We got to take a short break. We got lots more to talk about here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. After this. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty Radio Show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of Razor vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a Razor 170 like me, take the entire family out in a Razor XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new Razor XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris Razor. Check out the full Polaris Razor lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like sound bars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at MTX.com. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, Joe Duncan. Joe, I would like to introduce you to the world's newest Monster Jam driver, Miss Amy Hood.
Hello.
Congrats, Amy Hood.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great job.
She said Terracross was what gave her the four-wheel bug, and then this opportunity came up, and Terracross, it gets his hooks in you. Now she's racing monster trucks, man.
Well, I saw how she used our Polaris XP1000. I don't know how well those monster trucks are going to fare there, Amy.
Well, Joe, I was telling Jim, actually, the new Monster Jam Triple Threat Series presented by Amsoil that I will be on, I'm actually racing Monster Jam trucks, Monster Jam ATVs, and Speedsters, and we are driving Polaris 1000. So I love to say that thank you for actually giving me the extra boost of confidence that I need to be able to perform in that machine out on the track.
That's awesome, Amy. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love it too.
So Joe, you are out at. I was going to say you're out at SEMA, right? You're out at SEMA. What's going on out there at SEMA? Just kicking things off, right?
Yeah, I'm out at SEMA here. As we all know, huge show. And last couple of years, we've been out here meeting with companies and meeting with our athletes. And this year, it's really cool. We've got a bunch of Polaris RZRs out here on display, and one very important one. I'm standing right now next to Haley Deegan's Terracross XP1000 in the Odyssey battery booth. As you guys know from the shows, from being there, it was Brian Deegan and Haley Deegan at the Terracross races there at Heydays, and what an awesome event. And I'm standing here right next to it, and Odyssey was gracious enough to put this bad boy right in their booth, and anybody can come down and see it at booth 24-875, Odyssey batteries. And actually, Brian and Haley are like 20 feet from me signing autographs, and they're having a great time out here, hanging out and having a good time.
Yeah, I want to definitely. I think that I want to get Amy, or not Amy, but excuse me. I want to get Haley on one of the shows some point. You know what I mean, and do a nice sit-down interview. She's got a heck of a story. She's just killing it in everything she's driving, and I think she'd be definitely a fun interview at some point.
Yeah, she would be a blast. What a great person, a great personality, and it's so awesome to have them here. Hold on 1 second. Haley, say hi to Jim Beaver.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Haley? You're live on the Down and Dirty Radio Show with Amy Hood and Jim Beaver.
Hey, girl. Okay. Hi, how are you?
Doing well. We were just telling Joe, I know I've had your dad on the show, I don't know how many times at this point, maybe half a dozen, but I said we need to get Haley dialed in for an interview on the show sometime and come on and chat with Amy and I. So I'll have to text your dad and set something up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure. So you're out signing with Odyssey right now?
Yeah, I'm with Odyssey. That's the best place signing.
Awesome. Well, have some fun, and we'll definitely talk soon.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, such a sweetheart.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
Well, that's the start of it. Now you can get her lined up for a full interview.
Yeah, for sure. No, she's killing it, man. Doing a little bit of everything. So yeah, I saw her post up some pictures, man. You guys have how many other RZRs do you guys have there at SEMA Show on display?
Oh, I think there's like four or five RZRs out here that I've seen already. We have a couple of our partners have RZRs at them. This is the only like full setup Polaris XP1000 with all the Polaris accessories, Sub-Zero seat belts, the roofs, the whole Walker Evans wheels, Sedona tires. This thing's all set up ready to go racing. We could drive it out to the racetrack tomorrow.
That's what we need. That's what we need is Terracross at SEMA out front. Kick Ford out of there, and let's build a Terracross track, Joe.
Don't dare me, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't dare me.
Oh, nice. So what's a,
yeah? So
I was just gonna say. So you got Haley Deegan's Razor there. I gotta ask. Last time I saw it, I was voicing television, and she's doing backflips in the thing. You guys must have done a little bit of work.
She was flipping that off the Mystic Mangler and then coming out and podium at the same time. So yeah, pretty awesome start to her Terracross racing career. We actually built a brand new machine, getting ready for 2017, and some big announcements coming up in December. And that's why part of the reason why this machine is here, and some things that are going on out here. Brian and Haley are next to me here, just laughing and giggling. They're doing a big photo shoot with the Odyssey battery deal. They got a great picture of them racing against each other, and kind of one of the cool things that we kicked off this year was the Mystic Shootout class, and Haley and Brian got to race against each other for kind of for the first time in a real race with television and the points and everything, and they just had a blast, and they were just talking about it here again a few minutes ago. So pretty cool deal.
Yeah, it's in Odyssey. I got to tell you, their batteries. I know we haven't talked about them too much, but it's such a phenomenal product. I know a lot of guys in desert racing are starting to use them, in their trophy trucks, and then and then obviously in their UTVs and as well. But man, you want to talk about competition batteries in Odyssey? They're top notch.
Yeah, without a doubt. And they just released their Polaris Odyssey battery for the Razors, and it's a specific build ready to drop right in. We have one in Haley's car. We actually put one in our new Terracross General Razor here before we headed out to Glamis. You know how things are out there with lights and sound systems and everything else always playing. You got to have the proper battery, and you got to be able to start the machine. So Odyssey's been amazing to work with us.
Yeah, well, I happen to know of a very high-profile Polaris Razor being built for competition that could use a couple of Odyssey batteries. So just so happens we know someone who knows someone. Yeah, you do. Hopefully those people can get in touch and get a couple of batteries sent one way or another, right?
Yeah, I think we got you covered, Jimmy. I think we got you covered.
All right, Joe. So what's up? What's on tap for you? Obviously, you're hanging out there with Odyssey batteries at SEMA. What else is going on with you the rest of this week?
We got about 7 scheduled meetings out here, and then hopefully a little fun. I'm hoping to do a little bit better at the blackjack table than I did the last couple of nights, and then come home with money instead of no money. But no, we've got some great meetings that have been in the works for a while. The whole Odyssey battery and E3 spark plugs and about 2 or 3 other partners this year all started at Odyssey or at the SEMA show last year. So it really kicked things off. And this year, everybody knows who Terracross is, and everybody knows who we are, and setting up meetings with us instead of us setting up meetings with them. So what a great thing. And again, your show and your customers and your partners and all racers that you brought us, have been a big help with that, Jimmy, and making this all happen. So we really appreciate all of your support as well.
No, it's like we've said, it's a partnership, and it's kind of cool to hear that though, that those doors, they're opening easier, and and they're allowing you to step through and help share what Terracross is doing. So it's always good stuff. I know you and I got some stuff lined up later this week when I get out there too. So hopefully we can get all that to happen. And looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, sounds great. And Amy, that's some awesome news. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And glad we were able to get you on 4 wheels there to get you rolling.
Yeah, I say can't thank you enough, and make sure you stop by Monster Jam Triple Threat Series this year.
We'll check it out.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, before we let you go, give us the details on Terracross television airings, because I know we're knee-deep in a ton of TV rolling out for Terracross.
Yeah, I know we're in a rush here. CBS just sent us an email on Thursday doubling our TV time that we had scheduled already. So something must be going right. over there on TV. I know we have some great shows. That women class is amazing, but they just double their air times. You can check it out at terracrossracing.com or Terracross Championship on Facebook. I know there was a bunch of posts that just went up and some graphics on all the new air dates, added air dates and air times, back-to-back 1-hour shows over and over and over again all the way through November. And we still haven't seen what they're going to do for us for December yet. So pretty excited about the big increase here from Thursday's email from CBS Sports Network, and pumped, super pumped, where everything's heading.
Yeah, it's all about that. It's all about those hosts, I think, of the TV show. CBS, they just can't get enough of those hosts on television.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, Joe.
All right, thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, we'll see you later this week, my friend.
All right, see you guys.
All right, take it easy, Joe.
Bye.
All right, that was Joe Duncan from Terracross calling in from the SEMA show floor there. And, man, it's you've never been out to SEMA, have you?
I have not.
Man, we're going to change that next year. I know we talked about it this year, but we'll get you some autograph signings lined up and all kinds of stuff. We'll do it up big next year, especially now that you're going to be like this household celebrity name. You're going to have people lined up out the door like mile-long lines to see Amy Houde in the flesh. It's going to be wild, Houde.
Oh, my. Well, I mean, all I hope to do is just to be a great ambassador of Monster Jam and, for women out there, just to, show them that the women are on the same competitive level as the dudes, and that, I'm here for the long run, and I'm so excited for this next chapter and this journey ahead of me.
Yeah, that's one thing I give Monster Jam credit, and and now Joe, what he's doing with Terracross as well, but they've really reached out to female drivers and empowered women in motorsport, and I think that's a very special thing. There's very few series that are really doing that, and Monster Jam has really embraced women. Terracross has really embraced women, and I know on this show that's something you and I have really tried to do is empower women in motorsport. But I really tip the cap to Monster Jam for bringing in ladies like you and Cynthia and and everybody else that's gone through the Monster Jam ranks. It's pretty special.
Definitely, and again, just being able to bring in not just a girl off the street, but competitive female athletes from different backgrounds is really unique, and they're doing a fabulous job at again representing women, not kind of giving us the wrong persona or the wrong image. They're so smart, and it's the girls are so incredibly talented. I'm just very honored to be on the same page as Cynthia, Becky, Bailey, and Bree. It's really exciting. I hope that we can all get to race together, sometime soon. But like I said, I would love to have Kristen Anderson on too. She comes from a huge background in monster trucks and Monster Jam, and it's just would be really cool and fun to have her on.
Yeah, let's do that next week. I'm wide open. I think it'd be fun to get her on. Let's try and set it up for next week. It'd be cool. The announcement just got dropped, so now we can kind of start talking about these things. But I think we ought to try and get her on next week if we can.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
Yeah, cool. All right, we got to take a short break here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Amy and I, we're going to be wrapping things up here after the break.
I'm Polaris rider Levi LaValle, and I choose Polaris just because they have the best quality, highest performing, most fun machines out there.
Only one company has taken Levi LaValle to 10 X Games medals, snowcross championships, a double backflip, and a world record long jump of 412 feet across the San Diego Harbor on New Year's Eve, and that company is Polaris. Whether it's dominating the X Games, racing a stock Polaris Razor XP1000 in the Terracross Championship, or just hitting the trail on the weekend, for over 20 years, Levi has relied on the same quality Polaris vehicles and products you can purchase at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of action sports legend Levi LaValle and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show. Jim Beaver here with Monster Jam's latest driver, Miss Amy Houde. Yeah, I think it's got a ring to it. We gotta really update our intro music for next year.
I was just gonna say we need to update our intro music.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna come up with something good because you've got that, and then December 6th. I've been in all kinds of meetings since the start of September, flying all over the country to meetings. I have a project of mammoth proportions, unlike motorsports has ever seen before, especially off-road, and it's finalized, and we're making the announcement December 6th at 9 a.m. on this show. And so you add in that, and you add in what Amy's got. Let me just tell you guys, next year is going to be like freaking an epic year. So we're definitely changing the intro music. Like, I'm so dang excited, just with what you've got going on, with what I've got going on, and new shows and everything else. Like, it's going to be a great 2017, Houde.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. I can't wait. I'm ready. I mean, I could just fast forward these next 2 months. I just want to blink and have it to be January. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I do want to say, because I've had tweets from people this announcement. Like, Amy is still on the radio show. Like, I've told Amy, she's got a home here until she dies.
Finally.
So there might be a time, and there may be a time where I miss a day, and Amy's got to cover the whole show. But no, seriously, her and I, it's ride or die with this show. So we're you guys are stuck with us. She may miss an episode here or there with Monster Jam, but she is still a part of the show. No, we're not splitting apart. We're not going anywhere. So those of you that have sent messages and stuff, don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. So, yeah.
Oh, we're all me and all the other monster truck drivers are all texting each other, congratulate. We're just a bundle of love. We're love you, man. So excited to go on tour with you and this family. We're I'm a little emotional. I mean, I'm a little teary-eyed here. And one of my friends just said, I'm speechless, I'm crying. And Armando Castro, the new driver of El Toro Locos, and it's pretty surreal. I mean, it's really excited to be able to not just do this on my own, but being able to, do this opportunity with, my 7, including me, my 7 new family members. It's just going to make the experience that much more rewarding.
Yeah, for sure. All right, those of you, I guess, that haven't tuned into Project Action yet, please go over, rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. You can download that Podcast One app. I'm going to have Amy on with me this week. We're going to talk more in depth on Monster Jam. I've also got 3-time wake surf world champ Ashley Kidd. She's going to be one of my guests on Project Action as well. Got a lot to talk about. I've been talking a lot of Walking Dead on Project Action because I can talk about whatever the heck I want. So I'm sure Amy and I will talk some zombies there too, and zombie monster trucks. But
yeah, we will.
And don't forget, JB Dirtfish is that coupon code for dirtfish.com. My last name Beaver is the coupon code for mtx.com. Got to give a big shout out to all our sponsors: Polaris Razor, General Tire, Subaru, KC Highlights, Gibson Exhaust, Dirtfish Rally School, MTX Impact, Terracross, Blue Ridge Resort and Casino. Follow me at JimBeaver15 on Instagram and Twitter. It's at AmyHood71 on Instagram and Twitter. Both of us are on Facebook, and you can get those back episodes at downanddirtyshow.com or download our app and rate, review, subscribe to Project Action. And I don't know, Hood, we're going to sign off, but I guess we'll see you here on Thursday when Project Action drops. And, man, we're going to keep you busy with radio and these interviews. We're, going to roll out this whole huge promotional plan.
And all you fans out there listening, just stay tuned. I'd love to bring on, every other week a couple of the new drivers for the Central Tour and be able to promote my new familia. And, you get a little taste of some monster trucks now, guys. I'm really excited. We race. Perform and have shows every weekend for 13 consecutive weekends. So it's going to be, we'll have lots to talk about. It's going to be action packed. I know it's going to be really, really exciting. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we ought to do that. Let's plan on that. A whole Monster Jam segment for the next couple of months. Every week we have a new Monster Jam driver on. I think we ought to do it.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. It's I'd love to do the recaps for you, tell you guys about how my weekend goes, but I'd love to pull in some of the other drivers too, and you really can, let me know your fan favorites and just, what and who you want to talk to and what you want to experience from 2017 Monster Jam.
Awesome. We'll definitely plan on it. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. As always, game on.